listen, I'm a YouTuber. You know, I have my words. That's all I have.
Yeah.
But you're a United States senator. Like you're not the president.
The power.
But you have power. So what are you going to do? Because so far what we've seen, I mean, you voted for some of the aid that's been used to massacre children and innocents. You know, you have backed Israel, as far as I can tell, you know, from your voting record at almost every turn. You voted for a definition of anti-Semitism that would, you know, codify anti-Zionism as anti-Semitism. You voted as a member of the House to sanction the ICC for indicting Benjamin Netanyahu, who you just admitted is a war criminal.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, look at her face. Dude, look at her face. Oh my God, look at her, dude. She's eyes closed. Like, dude, I'm going to blow that up. That face right there. You can just see it, bro. Oh, Lord, dude. I'm going to save that face right there. This is the moment when they knew. Slotkin getting reamed is going to be the title of that one. Oh, that face. Dude, my pause game is just, I'm the best in the game when it comes to the pause button, bro. She's like, oh, it's going to get ugly in here, bro.
You know, by your own words. So are you going to join Senator Angus King, Senator Bernie Sanders in saying no more aid to this country that is committing war crimes against innocent civilians?
I think the first thing, if you're asking about what to do with power, and I would offer that right now Democrats own nothing in Washington. So
don't play powerless with me.
No,
with me. You're a United States senator. There are things you can do.
Dude, you can vote, right? Even if you can't stop the aid, you vote no. You take a stand on it.
Who runs our foreign policy? I just think it's interesting, right, that there was a ton of protests when Democrats were in charge.
There was a protest in Manhattan yesterday.
Okay. I think it's fair to say, just to be honest, that back and forth, like the number of protests that go on now versus before.
Well, they were part of your political coalition.
Well, not to mention,
That's
Senator Slotkin,
that's fair.
Obviously, I'm here.
Yeah.
I was very upset over the Biden administration policy. And as you can tell, I'm very upset over the Trump administration policy.
Yeah.
So let's deal not in strawman, but me and here and now.
In terms of so the tools that I have, the tools that we have in general, to me, the most important thing is a pressurized campaign to get aid into people who are starving. That to me is the number one, because that's the one is urgent and today. And that,
but will you?
But see, here's the problem: is Israel's not giving the aid. Israel, give the aid. We're not going to give the aid. In fact, we're going to kill people. Israel, you better give the aid. The only tool we have to force Israel to give the aid is to say, you know what? We're not giving you a fucking penny until you give the aid. And we know Donald Trump does this. He's done it to states. He's done it to colleges. He's trying to do it to broadcasting companies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. That's literally the only mechanism they have. You know? Like, come on.
Cut off aid to Israel so long as they're committing crimes against humanity.
There is a difference between a weapon to protect a country from incoming missiles versus other type. Offensive and defensive weapons are different.
So would you support offensive weapons ban? Like, would you stop any offensive aid to Israel?
That certainly, to me, would be a place to look.
Senator, we have to ask your last question because your staff is telling us. Do you think AIPAC should register as a foreign lobby?
I don't know the answer to that. I think that I know plenty of people who think they should.
Dude, there's the hook is going to come in, bro. She's getting the hook. Her staff is pulling her out.
You know, I don't.
It's kind of a cop-out answer, don't you think?
I mean, I literally, I just guess I'd have to look at the definition. I certainly have had my tough moments with that organization. And
so you stop accepting their funding?
You gotta get your facts straight. I have not been endorsed by AIPAC. I have not. I'm sorry. I was the first Jew elected to the Senate that was not endorsed by any Jewish group. AIPAC, J Street.
You've been the recipient of their funds.
In 2018, when I first ran, people who were members, yes. But I've not been endorsed since then. And I just got to be honest, like, I think that this is where facts really matter. I've had very, very difficult conversations with my colleagues in that organization and made a choice back in 2021. 2021, so that was the first time.
Yeah, there's funding. Like, nobody said you were endorsed by AIPAC, but what about the 650
I was
grand?
up for re-election. So I understand that there's a sort of, like, again, cornered position, but to me, like, I call balls and strikes as someone who served in the Middle East.
I have one more question I have to ask you. You know, we do the show. I really do my best to try to uphold, like, you know, basic human rights, Palestinian humanity, oppose the killing of innocent civilians wherever that happens. And I have to tell you, like, I feel really guilty that I'm not doing enough. I think all the time about, I'm a mom, I think all the time about those moms who can't feed their babies. Those babies are starving to death. And I just want to know, like, you're a United States Senator, you did vote for some of the bombs that were dropped on refugee camps. When kids have been sniped in the head, tents firebombed, people set on fire. The entire Gaza Strip turned into rubble. And now we're seeing these emaciated bodies of babies starving to death every day. And I mean,
I know what you can do.
Does it eat you up? Does it eat you up? Do you think, like, what more could I do? Do you regret any of your votes? Do you regret
let me tell
any
you what I
sort
was
of
working on this
complicity?
morning. A group of Jewish rabbis and Muslim community leaders came together with a proposal that we are working on just getting, like, if we can't get other aid in, at least get baby formula and nutritional supplements for children.
Again, like, you're avoiding the question. The question was, like, how do you feel about this? Do you have any feelings about this? Do you, right? And she's like, let me tell you what we're doing. I'm the great bringing everyone together to make a plan that then Israel might go shit on. But how do you feel about it, right? How do you feel about what's going on there? Does this weigh on you? Do you feel driven, right? Because earlier she was like, oh, the things that affect Michiganders really weigh on me. But does it weigh on you that, like, people are starving and we're giving money to the people who are doing the fucking starving? Like, do you wake up and feel like, God damn, bro, I'm a fucking shit. What am I doing? Why am I giving money to this country that's starving these people?
If we can't get other aid in, at least get baby formula and nutritional supplements for children in. Let that be kind of a green light.
Yeah, and then what? You're just going to put them on a pallet, and so the Israeli soldiers are going to shoot all the babies? The babies are going to roll up because their starving parents are dead?
That is the proposal that I've been working on all night and this morning. In terms of what we're trying to do, there's not a moment that goes by that this isn't something that I'm working on.
Oh my God, she's doing that. There's not a moment that goes by. Dude, see, I hate it when they say that. There's not a moment that goes by that I'm not working on this. It's like, really? You just voted for weapons. You didn't even vote, like, to send a signal to Israel that they should listen to you. But not a moment goes by that you, right, have been working on this. Like, earlier in the interview, you said you're concerned about all the Michigander shit, the economy. Dude, fuck, bro.
And something that my own community, not online, but my own community has practical things that they want to do.
Not online. Not like you, Krystal and Sagar, right? Not like you YouTubers. She's like, mine's a real practical, real life.
They're willing to raise the money. They're willing to buy the formula. They're willing to do whatever we need to do to get it shipped in. That's how I spend my time.
Yeah, but what happens when the Israeli soldiers shoot the people who come to get the formula in the head? Because that's the real problem, right? The problem isn't getting the formula there. The problem is them lining them up in cages to get the formula and then massacring them, okay? And short of you going there and standing in front of the bullets, I mean, what are you going to do to fucking prevent the massacre? You could stop giving them bullets, and then what are they going to fucking, like, chase them with sticks? They're going to have a better chance getting the formula, you know? I mean, I know that sounds rudimentary and I'm injecting comedy into it, because it's too horrific to contemplate. But the problem here is that Elissa Slotkin has the power to make a statement that has an impact, and she won't. Yeah, her staff is, dude, somebody's getting fired, bro. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.